Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And it's been a long day today, so we didn't want anything too difficult, so we just went with the old standard Fireball, and I think that was a really, really good choice today, Mr. Magazine.
And a blue hoodie and whatever color tie that is, black maybe?
It is black. Matter of fact, there you go.
All right.
All right, looks like we got it. Wow, it looks like
we have a
YouTube's
bunch,
not glitching.
Right.
They actually have the people in.
Clear my throat for this one.
Excuse me,
First
well, I
out the
cleared my throat.
First out the box is Nanu, and Nanette's in the house. Good vibes as well. Back at you. Awesome antiquarians in the house. How you doing?
I know with these Mork from Mork references, I'm so surprised we're not hotter with millennials.
Dicey Dawn's in the house. How you doing?
Hello.
And gorgeous guy Guru's here. How you doing?
Red hoodie, green tie.
Awesome AJ. Is it 13?
That is AJ to or is it AJ 3? I don't know.
Well, awesome AJ. I'm gonna say awesome AJ. That's not
can't go wrong.
Yeah,
Hola, hombres.
Good evening, back at you. Marvelous Mike's in the house. How you doing? How y'all? Totally Thomas is here. How you doing? Yes. My costume is still on. Yes, you got that right. For the record, Spirit Halloween had a 50% off sale today. I went there right as they opened. Now I was there yesterday without my son, and they had these Mars Attacks. They're like $400, but they're full price yesterday.
What are they? Mars Attacks?
It's one of the Martians, a creature, like it's a life-size creature.
Oh,
so my son wanted one of those, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. There's 3 of them. So if I get here at 10 tomorrow, so my son was off today for whatever reason, so I picked them up. We went there, and they were all sold or being held. We got there at 10:02, and they're sold and being held.
That sounds like
So I think people went in the day before and said, hey, you know, can you set this aside? If it doesn't sell, I'll come in tomorrow or whatever. Because they had one in the corner that was already spoken for. But we still bought Slim from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So we still made out a little bit with that stuff. Super Sam's in the house.
You're right. Next month is indeed New Year's Eve. Good call. How many weeks can eBay be putrid?
Yeah, a lot.
19 weeks. Oh, there we go. 19 weeks, 2 days. It can be putrid.
Wow.
And then it's going to turn around.
Got a lot going on here. Don's got something very important to say right off the bat.
Hit the like button.
Marvelous Metals in the house. Totally Thomas, what do you got going on? There we go. Yeah. Nothing good with that one.
If it is, I would look askance at that.
Ferocious Feral Grill. How you doing? Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels. Howdy, back at you. Totally Tom Clooney's in the house. What's up? Dandy Dave's Odds and Ends. We do love Fireball.
Yeah, we do. That's our go-to.
Sometimes we don't feel like, like vomiting for a minute or two. So, we'll go with the Smooth Fireball. I think that's an easy out.
Yeah,
so,
once in a while, gasoline's okay. But
sadly, that was a full bottle, a month ago. Now it's like half a bottle. We've been using it a little too much, I think.
Well, guess what you can do?
Bring more alcohol. Stupendous Steve is in the house. How you doing? Oh, very cool. All right.
Wow, nice.
Red is the day today. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. I went outside and snow. We were supposed to get snow.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, see, I don't pay attention to this stuff. Jesse Jess in the house. How's it going?
Oh.
Holy crow.
All right. Well, we got a dusting. A foot. Holy mackerel.
Wow. Eric, how's it going? Yeah, it was a little cold today. Super Scott.
Grim. That's a nice word. We haven't had that word before. It's amazing how many negative adjectives people can come up with. That's the amazing
very
thing.
True.
Grim.
All right. Old time treasures. How's it going?
Grim. I like that one.
Dandy Dave, how you doing? Hopefully, we're not there yet. For at least I'm not there yet, but hey, hopefully. And I think that is it for right now.
Well, a couple of people have already jumped the gun and told us about their grim sales, but that can't be true because we're in the 4th quarter, Mr. Magazine. Take it away. Tell us how great your sales are.
All right. So there's no good news. There's no good news. I'm gonna be honest with you. eBay is normally crap, but what's just discouraging to me is Amazon sales now are not crap, but they're definitely dropping a little bit. And today my sales ended. I had 10% off, and I go, you know what? I'm gonna try 12,
on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm gonna try 12.5% because a lot of times, we'll go a penny under someone. And maybe they'll go a penny under us, and then now we're the lowest. So if we do this extra, maybe 2.5%, maybe screw some sales up. So we're gonna see what happens. We have the sale until like Black Friday, so we'll see how that goes. So Oh, I forgot. You have sales too.
I do?
Sometimes, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
that's a
how
good
are
word
your-
to put
how
in
are
there.
your sales?
They're sometimes.
Or your sales are going to melt over the next couple of days.
There you go.
Oh, God forbid. It's only 70 outside.
Man,
I feel for you.
We really,
Jeez.
jeez.
I weep for the future.
That is terrible. That is
Oh,
terrible.
Mr. Hot Wheels too. Jeez, they're really slumming it. Jeez.
We do feel bad for all
It
of
was
you.
hailing today, like little pebbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 39 degrees here today. I believe that was the high. But we're not the Weather Channel. Apparently, a couple of people have told us their sales are slow, but if everybody else could chime in with how your sales are, we would really appreciate that. Just want to make sure that we're not the only ones. Amazon's okay. eBay. I had last week the worst week I have had since I've been recording.
Mm-hmm.
I sold, in fact, I'll tell you right now, the promoted listings, 12 of my listings were promoted out of my sales.
Okay.
I sold 19 total things, but 3 were at auction. So I sold 16 things through the store in 7 days.
Oh my gosh.
Just over 2 items a day. If I think one day I had a 3-item day and I was dancing a jig. I was so happy to actually have sold 3 items.
I wish you would listen to me and just like for 1 week, just listen. I'd see you probably beat your eBay sales.
I came darn close this week. Without doing that, I came darn close.
Jeez.
It is, again, it was the worst week on eBay I've had since I'm not counting when I went back to the Philippines with Mrs. Paperboy. Obviously, when I shut my store down, it was marginally worse than this.
Yeah.
But it's the worst it's been. This week, it's okay. I think I've done $137 today, which compared to what I've been doing.
Right. But the scary thing, if eBay's not doing well and Amazon's not doing well for me, that's not a good sign for anybody, because you're talking, I got over 500,000 items and both my platforms aren't doing well. Luckily, website's good. DVDs are good. If you can see this pattern, I should start selling just adult stuff to make more money. Honestly.
No. We'll see how everybody else's sales are.
Let's see. Cool Kelly's in the house.
Sowl over the weekend and fell flat. See, and that's kind of very funny because last week was so bad.
Yeah.
The weekend was not good for me.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay this week. Actually, been great recently.
Great's a strong word. All right. Good for
Very
you.
ungood.
Ungood's a strong word also, yeah.
Getting most of my sales over the weekend and sporadic through the week.
See, mine are better during the week and crap on the weekends, and I'm gonna blame it on college football and the NFL. And what else can we do?
Pretty good. Sold a couple of high value. It was 2 times $2.99.
Yeah. Well, so did Paperboy. Oh no, yours were $2.99.
And I was happy with both sales.
Sorry,
Free shipping.
Sorry, yeah.
Starting to pick up, but I'm glad I have whatnot to supplement. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You and Paperboy, whatever.
Paying for your whatnot and becoming your competition. They could be.
Ooh.
They very well could be.
You're selling $3 ephemera too?
Wow. Jeez. Worst sales of the century of the week.
Luckily, it's only been 23 years, so not too bad.
Sales hit and miss, 5 or 6 one day, 0 a day or 2, then 2 sales. It's like the Texas power grid controlling my sales.
Oof.
Nice. Sales are underground, but buys are excellent. Picked up 10 Tijuana Bibles. Ooh, nice.
Now, can you sell them on eBay?
You cannot sell those on eBay.
Nope. Right. Well, people do, but I'd be the one that got caught with them. So.
Yep. Crazy. Picked up the last week for eBay. I was running a 15% off coupon that ended yesterday, but today's sales have been decent also.
Oh, that's good.
That must be some probably carryover residual.
All right. Triple J's in the house. How's it going?
We'll let it slide this time.
Yeah.
3 returns from 3 dirt bags in one day.
Ooh, nice.
All are blocked now. Yep.
That's a normal day for me.
So offers. Now the offers are coming in, or are there for me to make. 108 offers, 53 were older. So eBay seems to be showing my older stuff.
Yeah.
And 108 items total. I think last week was 116. So I'm making the offers to people.
Yeah.
They're just not biting. Sales elsewhere, $1 million peddlers over on eBay. I sold 2 items. Vivs-Views, I sold 1. And Etsy, I sold 8. So I sold
half.
8 on Etsy and 16. Yeah. And I've got 800 items on Etsy and I have 22,000 on eBay. You figure that out.
Crazy.
Hey, new to your provisions.
How you doing?
How about buys? I'm certain that with so many of us having grim sales, we're not buying.
I can't remember anything good I bought this week. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, little stuff. I got this regular that comes in with magazines and books. That's really about it. I can't think of anything big. I got people coming in with Star Wars stuff this week or next week, but and then I think right after Thanksgiving, Aaron and his boy Dan are going to Connecticut, Texas, Chicago, pick up a whole load of stuff. So we'll be loaded up again.
Because you need that when you're not selling anything. Yeah, definitely.
Well, 15,000 adult books and magazines can't hurt anyone, at any point in time. So
no, they can't if they fall over on you.
True.
That would hurt.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
See if anybody else out there is buying.
Lucky Lee's in the house. How you doing?
Go Bulls. There you go.
Don is no buying. Yeah.
No buying. There you go.
Cool Kelly. No buying. All right.
More out there for you.
We see a pattern here.
More out there for you, Mr. Magazine.
Yeah.
Benny Hill. There you go.
But
I just bought a nice lot of HO train engines, all untested. Most of them were working. Already sold. Wow. Cool. Nice.
I sold a $125 one this week, and the guy claims the bearings were shot or something. Then it would have been $80 to fix it, and I had to give him $60 to just make it go away. I didn't like it, but what are you gonna do?
Wow. Been looking. Seems to be a lot of crap out there.
Mm-hmm. How do you get in your garage?
Wow. Yeah. At least for a while, you weren't supposed to do that. You weren't supposed to.
I got a feeling if I listed some, they'd be shutting me down.
Bought some books a couple of weeks ago at a library sale, but that's it.
How about you?
I'm glad you asked. So I went to an estate. I had Friday off of work because I got some time I have to burn before the end of the year. And this estate sale looked like it was pretty good. It might have been good if I got there early. I didn't get there early, Mr. Magazine.
How come?
Because Google Maps gave me the complete wrong directions on how to go.
Wow,
so I'm heading toward the lake, and it's actually way down south of the lake. And I'm driving, looking at these addresses, and it was on County Line Road. And County Line Road is a crazy road because, and I'm making these numbers up, but not by a lot. The one county has one numbering system. The other county has another numbering system. Okay. So you'll see a mailbox, and the number will be like 12,400. Okay. And then you'll see the next mailbox, and it'll be like 57. And you're going, wait a minute. What the heck is going on? So it ended up taking me the wrong direction. So I finally got down there. And this was one of those sales that if they told me that I could buy all of the paper stuff there for $1,000, it would have been a really incredible deal. And I would have hated doing it. It was just one of those sales where there was so much stuff. Yeah. And complete just stuff.
Good stuff?
Stuff.
Okay.
And you had to go through all of these boxes and dig and dig and dig, and you'd find one decent item in the bottom of one box. And then you go through 3 more boxes and not find anything, and then go through another box and find a good item halfway through that box.
So you're saying you loaded up your car?
No, I spent $47.50. But like they had an entire back wall filled with monster boxes of cards. $1 a card. Now, if I had time to go through them.
So each box in their head was worth $5,000.
There could have been $100 cards in there. I mean, who knows?
Right.
They just had them out there for $1 a card, and they weren't in any order that I could tell. Yeah. For all I know, there could have been Derek Jeter rookie hidden in there. There could have been, whatever. And if you knew your cards, it's one of those things you could have gotten really good deals. Yeah. I'm sure. Who has time to go through 25,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 cards?
You skim through them fast, and if it's a border that could be good, certain years, exactly.
Yeah, and so I ended up spending $47.50. So what did I miss? Good stuff? I'm sure that I did.
Yeah, sure. Everyone did.
Exactly. So it was just one of those weird ones. 10 years worth of Wordsmith magazines. It might not have been worth the effort. You've sold those before, haven't you? Wordsmith?
I don't know. Sounds familiar, but I can't guarantee it.
Yeah.
I may have thrown them in my dumpster. Who knows? They could be sitting in a corner or your garage. It's crapshoot.
I would do a quick comp on a couple of them, and if you don't see them selling, I would throw them in a lot, and I would just lot them out.
Any cool covers or early issues, maybe list them individually.
So then and then they had binders of stuff, and they wanted $25 per binder, but you would have had to pull the binder down and look through it and put it back, grab the next one until you found a good one. So I randomly checked
Binders
like a couple of
just
cards.
Jeez.
Cards. Yeah, there was no rhyme or reason to any of the sale. Then I went to a church sale, and I'd gone to it in the past. So I realized when I was going up to it, I've been here before because it was a scary church sale as far as on a hill. And I don't have good vision to start with. And the hill it was on a hill, so you could tumble off. It was about 2.25 cars wide, the driveway. And of course, cars are coming down.
Yeah.
And it's and it's windy, and it's, there are leaves all over the road. So you can't really tell where the road is versus the ground. So you're driving up hoping that you don't go too far over and tumble down the hill.
Oh my God.
So that was scary. So we finally get up there. It was fill a bag for $5. And as I pulled up there, I go, I've been here before. Oh, they had books last time. I go, no books. I asked, the lady goes, nobody here but us elderly women. We can't carry books. There's no books here. I go, geez. So all that to not get any books either. So, and then I ended up going to a house call. Ended up spent $50, and I got 2 whatnot auctions out of it that I'll be selling the stuff at. So I'll end up making some money on it, but not great, but nothing terrible. There's a lot of older books. So do check the whatnot book auctions up. Some nice stuff over there.
Anything good in that ephemera box that I got you?
Yeah, I actually built an entire whatnot auction out of it.
Cool.
So,
nice.
Yep. I hauled home. We read that already.
That's a good one. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ouch. People are mean. You guys are mean to me. All right. Glitch of the week. I actually got one of the rarest things out there, Mr. Magazine.
A sale?
Essentially, an offer on eBay.
Oh, wow.
But it wasn't in the messages, and it wasn't in my email. It just, how when you get offers, the thing pops in from the side. It tells you have an offer. Yeah. It popped in from the side, but it wasn't in the messages.
That's the only place.
It was the only place I saw it. So eBay was having a glitch on that. And then I was listing a newspaper, and I changed it over to magazine, but it kept the newspaper item specifics. So I clicked up top. It still says magazine. I clicked change the category a second time just to make sure it was a magazine. Yeah. It's in magazine. I go list it. It reverted back to newspaper when I listed it. So that's great. We'll head on into
Mercury Morris in the house. How's it going?
Going to head on into the item of the week.
Wow, that was a quickie. Okay, so the story to this was I had a lot of money built up in my PayPal.
Of course you did.
For some reason, PayPal would not let me withdraw it into my account. So I said, I'm going to spend it on eBay. So it was a couple.
They're in cahoots.
It was a couple $1,000s. I'm like, well, I still need a few Star Wars figures for my collection, the graded unopened one. So stumbled across a Darth Vader one. It was the A one, the first one made, and it was $2,000. So, well, perfect. I'm going to buy this. I don't know if I put the offer in, or if I think I had to put the offer in, and the person accepted it. It was Brian Toys, big toy place.
Oh, okay. Very Brian Toys. Yeah.
It would not let me use my PayPal. So I had to use my credit card for it for whatever reason. So it really sucked because now
you get to pay 28%.
I got $2,000 on a credit card. It's my Amex. I got to pay it off in a month anyways, but still, and I still got the $2,000 in my PayPal account, and now it's on my credit card. So this is what it is. I've not opened it up yet. I actually told you what it was, unfortunately, but here we go.
You act like I listened to you.
Exactly. You want to do it this time? I like watching you do it.
I don't like you opening with the knife coming toward me.
I might tear your shirt. Remember last time we did this? It wasn't pretty.
You're making the box disappear, your head disappear?
Well, no, your green screen's making it disappear.
Oh, you paid $2,000 for packing material. Oh my goodness. Very sure.
We'll pick that up later.
Sure we will.
All right. Very cool. So I'm down to just Obi-Wan Kenobi and Han Solo for the original 12-back series. If we can get the good picture here, which we can. It's got Yeah, that's about as good as we're gonna get it. But the back of it has the original 12 figures, and I have all but
Now you said something about it being A. What does A
so
mean?
there's 3 versions of the back. This is the first version of the back. So it's pretty cool. And it's a 75, which is like a near mint grade.
Oh, so it doesn't have the letter A on it or anything. They just call it an A bag.
Yeah, it's an A version. There's something different going down in the bottom there for the mail away, but pretty cool piece. Now I'm just down to Han Solo and Obi-Wan, which I had years ago that an employee stole from me and sold, but I'll get them back at some point.
Now you say that's 75.
70. Oh yeah, it's a 75 plus.
So what's the highest grade you can get on an action figure?
Oh God, 85 is 90 on a carded one. Very rare to get anything 90 or higher. Loose ones you can get 90, 92. But usually 85 plus is probably as good as you're going to really get it. Anything higher than that's going to go for crazy sick money.
So you can't get a 100.
I've never seen one, no.
Okay.
Even with the new stuff, I think it's near impossible with a carded figure or a box figure. So
okay,
all right,
interesting.
It's invisible, whatever it is. Yes. It's probably full right now. Jeez, we got to fix. Is there any help fixing this green screen, please? Because it's always me. It's never him. It's always my head or my arms missing. I feel like
I paid extra for that programming.
I feel like a Lego piece.
I paid extra for that programming.
Right, Super Sandy has something positive to say. Thank you. Marvelous Mary T's in the house.
Some of these tabloids Star and Inquirer.
Those are cool. I love them. I mean, they're not hot sellers, but they do sell occasionally. But they're cool to get.
My thing would be go through them. They do take a while to list. What most people do is they simply list what's on the cover. You actually can make the sales on them by going through and figuring out the more popular stuff inside and then putting those pictures up from inside. So I would do multiple pictures. It does add time to it, but you will make the sale because, say Farrah Fawcett's sitting inside and she's not on the cover. They do not. Nope, they do not have table of contents. That's also what makes it hard.
Second best place to sell, probably eBay.
I was thinking to your store.
Yeah, true. But I've been doing more on Amazon with magazines now, but it all depends on the magazines. If it's older stuff like Paperboy has, eBay's probably the way to go. Newer stuff or trending stuff, probably, rock, fashion, stuff like that. I would say Amazon's the way to go.
All right, we're going to head on into insulting offer of the week. So I had a Jazz Impressions of Japan songbook from 1964, Dave Brubeck. I wanted $94.23 for it because I've done my comps.
Sure.
Somebody offered me $20 on it with free shipping. My comps do not show that being something I should take. A subscriber reached out. His exact words, some creep gave me a $30 offer on a $350 item. Banned him. Mr. Magazine had an Eric Lindros Philadelphia Flyers autographed puck for $36. Got a $3 offer. Now, what is the puck worth by itself? Because I believe it was a Flyers puck.
Yeah, it's $10, and it was in a case too or holder. That's $5. I mean, I don't know, it's just crazy.
But the winner this week, this one I loved, and it seemed low on even what you were asking for. It seemed low. Yeah, those are good, but the biggest thing on those, you need to check for completeness. A lot of times they'll have a lot of cutouts or they'll be missing posters. If you can verify they're complete, they're good, very good. If they're not complete, what I do is I would save them up and then I would lot out all of the incomplete ones in one lot. And you'll make that sale as well, just to let you know. $10 offer. But Mr. Magazine had a Joe DiMaggio framed signed picture. Now you only wanted $124 on it.
Yeah.
That's all that's
all
worth?
they're going for, yeah.
Really?
$100 without the frame,
So the gentleman offers $50 in this $124 Joe DiMaggio, Mr. Coffee himself. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio?
I mean, if he were live today, he would be charging
probably a couple $100.
$200, $300. Yeah, I mean.
But not only did the guy offer you $50 on this $124 piece, he then wanted you to take it out of the frame and ship it to him to save him money on shipping.
Yeah.
No. Good question. What magazine would you always buy and what magazine would you never buy? Ooh, good question.
Well, George, right? That's always a good one.
George is always a good one.
High dollar ones. And I would say National Geographic or Reader's Digest would be the two that I'd stay away from, definitely.
See, and I've done well with Reader's Digest, but from the 50s and before.
Yeah.
Stuff from the 40s, things like that, you can actually sell in Reader's Digest. I was thinking some of those, what are the women's magazines from the 90s, 2000s? Aren't there a couple of cooking ones or women's ones that are like Family Circle from 2000s?
Yeah, stay away from anything.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Woodworking, stay away from woodworking magazines or wordsmith.
Yeah, wordsmith. Yeah, exactly.
Wordsmith.
That's not nice.
I'm kidding.
That's not nice. Not nice at all. I offered $18 and a $20 listing. Buyer countered with a $17.50.
Oh.
They just got to save. They got to save every penny, I guess.
They got to win the battle.
It was a crazy week this week for customer issues. That is true. Yes, he did, allegedly. Mr. Magazine had an overseas bidder.
No. Unless it's the first issues.
I was going to say super early stuff. Etude actually sells, if you get stuff from before the 40s, actually sells on Etsy, believe it or not. So Etude will sell on Etsy from before the 40s. Arizona Highways is a tough sale, unless I would say the first issue I might buy, but beyond that, that's a tough sale. Oh, did he?
Huh?
Oh, well, I guess we'll find out if we had anything.
We'll start selling stuff.
Mr. Magazine had an overseas bidder, wanted the item shipped in an envelope, which, of course, A, you don't offer, and B, you have no protection, and C, you're not allowed to do that because it was for a sale. So we ended up banning him, and I actually reported him to eBay for you.
Did he want to pay like $1?
Yeah, he wanted $1, and he wanted it shipped in an envelope.
I mean, you can't ship barely in the USA for $1. I mean, it's crazy.
Right, but you're also not supposed to do that.
Right.
And the guy had like 3,600 positives, so it wasn't like somebody thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
We had some collections. At one in Pittsburgh, a guy had a whole run of them. Yeah, I got lucky a few times with those.
Yep, and I sold one. It'll be coming up in a Bolo video. One of the ones that I actually bought at the flea market.
I think the one with JFK Jr. seems to be the one you see a lot, and even that's $50. That's probably the most common one.
Yep. If you are faint of heart, cover your ears. We try to be a family show. However, for the next 1 minute, we are not a family show. Just letting you know, cover your ears.
I don't know what's going on here.
Mr. Magazine sent me an email that he got today. No context whatsoever for this email either. He got a email from somebody who bought something from him that said, and again, cover your ears. We're warning you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're not a family show for the next 1 minute. Don't you wish you could go back to the 1950s and get rid of all the sluts in America today? There was no context for that email. Just, it was a customer of yours that out of the blue went and asked you that.
Yes.
Sometimes you just don't know what goes through people's heads.
Yeah, I mean, he felt comfortable to tell me that or ask me that, but still, where are we going with this?
Exactly. And that's one you just...
I don't even think I answered.
You do not answer that, no. All right, we are now back to being a family show. You can uncover your ears. Oh, I bet you did, Samuel. That's a very good deal.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Very cool.
Exact. Thank you, Eric.
Sure.
I think we all are on that there. Yeah, what the hell is exactly right? We're like, huh? For no context either. It had nothing to do with anything. Just a bizarre random thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was buying lotion. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Mr. Magazine had an item. The eBay tracking, they put in a dispute.
Mm-hmm.
The eBay tracking says left with the person. That's not much of a help at all. Who was the person? I don't know.
I would say call you. And again, this is what gets me, because if it happened to me, I wouldn't be blaming the seller. I would call my local post office and say, hey, can you help me with this? It says left with, was it someone at my house? Give me something to work with. But like, how am I helping them? But immediately they want me just to refund them. It's crazy.
Yeah. And that was one. I was like, who might know who that person was? The carrier that typed in that they left it with a person.
Or assuming it's your house, who else is in your house? Ask them.
Mr. Magazine got an email on October 30th
Actually, I get magazines graded regularly. It all depends if it's a comic magazine or celebrity on the cover, or Jordan or Tiger Woods. It all depends on what I have that's worth grading. But the turnaround time is very slow on those, and a little pricier because they're bigger.
Mr. Magazine received an email on October 30th. I was supposed to get my figure today. It says by October 31st. Okay. Which means today, and I did not receive it. Therefore, I need my refund. It was an overseas one. Now, we got it in plenty of time over to the eBay International Hub, and they handled it because it was whatever the new eBay shipping is. No, really, you hate saying contact eBay, but that's ultimately what it comes down to, because we shipped it out timely, or you shipped it out timely, right, and it got to their hub timely.
But again, it's not like, what is it, Domino's Pizza? You get it there in 20 minutes or less, or it's free. Like, I think they're thinking that's what's going on, but it's going overseas, and the day was wrong. He was off a day.
Yep. Mr. Magazine had a daily news with JFK assassination on it.
Marvelous Meredith's in the house. How's it going?
He wanted $35, and he's got the 50% off sale, so it was $17.50. He got an email. How come it's so cheap? Is it a reprint? So I told Mr. Magazine to tell the gentleman, we can charge you more if that makes you feel better. But Mr. Magazine, you had a lot of, there must be a full moon or something.
Yeah, well, there was another digest. Those
oh, no, that's my next story I'm going to tell. So the next one over here, this is absolutely insane. Mr. Magazine sold a digest, a $15 men's cheesecake digest. Yep, for the 1950s. I'm hoping to God that this magazine isn't a reprint. If it is, I'm a very rich man. I'm just letting you know. I will be extremely P** off. I'm a relative of someone in the Kellogg family, and you can look up the family tree if you'd like. And he gave his name, and he gave the name of the one he's relative.
That's the guy that talked about the SLUTs. Same guy.
Oh, same guy?
Same guy.
Oh, boy. Yeah. He's off his rocker. Yes. Yes, he is. Wow. So this gentleman is very, very rich, and he will cause trouble if that $15 magazine is a reprint.
First of all, if you look at it,
who's reprinting $15 magazines?
Right, but if you look at the condition of it, it's clearly not mint condition like a reprint would be. There's no relevance on the cover. It's $15. Like, who would reprint? Like, they've never reprinted Marilyn Monroe's that I'm aware of, let alone some random
Tempo or something magazine. Exactly, yeah. But it was funny that he had to tell us how rich he was. That was kind of interesting there. You'll be the prize in the bottom of the cereal box.
Very rarely do they really reprint magazines.
The only time they really reprint magazines are like the first Playboy was reprinted, first Sports Illustrated, and then some magazines, like a
Rolling Stone with Beatles.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or John was on the cover, whatever.
Well, the other one that they reprint are like an American Agricultural magazine, first issue from 1882. Right. They'll reprint it in 1982. They did a reprint of the first Life magazine, but it was smaller sized, and they give it away to subscribers. So there are some magazine reprints out there, but they're few and far between.
Right.
Yank magazine. Okay, I was unaware of that. Then I had a guy that said he got charged twice on an Amazon order. I told him, contact Amazon. Right. Because I looked, I only got one payment, and it wasn't like I had two copies and he bought two copies. I only had one copy. He bought the one copy. I'm like, if you paid twice, I only got paid once. I don't know where the other payment went.
Yeah.
So kind of crazy there. So the Matthew Perry cover listed 8+ months. Yep, that definitely does happen. Got some good news for you, Mr. Magazine, and everybody else out there.
I heard Amazon sellers in the house. Is that the good news?
That was part of the good news.
Oh, okay.
The other part of it, I got this email from a subscriber.
Okay.
Oh, okay. TV Guide Elvis. Okay. You've been selected for exclusive early access to combined shipping with eBay International Shipping.
Oh, I'm jealous. How did you get so lucky?
Not me. This is a subscriber.
Oh, see how they get so lucky.
You will now see combined shipping on eligible orders sold through eBay International Shipping. This feature has been a top request from sellers, so we're making it happen.
Well, shocking, because it used to be common. It used to be like just part of waking up.
A top request for sellers is actually making sales. So how about you make that happen,
right,
eBay?
Exactly.
As part of our early rollout, this feature is available to you immediately, and it will continue to be rolled out to all sellers eligible items over the next couple of months. Here are the benefits combined shipping unlocks for you and your international buyers. Easier for buyers to order multiple items from you. Lower shipping costs for buyers. Streamlined for you to ship to the domestic shipping hub. You can now ship multiple items within one order, just like you do for other domestic orders. To learn more about combined shipping for eBay International Shipping, see our frequently asked questions. Thank you for being part of the eBay community.
Is this a big seller?
No.
Like high rating, last name A. I mean, what's the reason like this one got picked out of between, over you, me, or Prime Time or anyone? No? Okay.
No particular reason.
You feel like singing right now? You ready? All right, let's do it. Go for it.
Facebook Marketplace, man. Here it goes. Facebook Marketplace. Stop. Thank you very much. Did I do good?
Is stupid? Is that what it is?
Is that what it says?
Yeah, say it again. I'll say it again.
Facebook Marketplace is stupid.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, this is great.
I'm sure everybody loves that. Yes, you can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So when I went to that church sale of death, it was fill the bag for $5. So I took all of the classical CDs that they had there because I only have 12 million of them sitting in a basement. A little safe for buying lots of CDs at a church sale versus down in the hood, but the cat is howling. It's in love. There we go.
Was that better than Yoko Ono?
Better than Yoko, exactly. So about 70% of the CDs could be listed on there. The other 30% were things like RCA that you can't list. But apparently it's been a year since I listed CDs on that site. I actually had to take a course to be ungated to be able to sell books and CDs.
Wow.
So literally the course was I had to watch a video and then had to answer questions after. And I don't want to give anybody the answers because if you have to take it, you should have to do it as well. But like one of the questions was essentially something like, I have an item that I don't know is real or not. What should I do? List it on Amazon and figure they'll take it down if it's not? That's like one of the potential answers. It's like, no, I really didn't even have to watch this video.
Obviously,
what the right
you call them and you don't understand what the person's saying on the other end of the phone.
That was
then you sell it.
Right. Yeah, that was the right answer. I wrote that in. Amazon hit me for a Web of Spider-Man comic for trademark infringement for the use of the word Spider-Man. But here's the crazy thing about it. So I click on it. Somebody else had actually changed it to web of ... So it didn't even say Spider-Man. Yet they still got me for trademark infringement for not using the word Spider-Man.
I mean, can't you just say spiders? Because how many listings are just about spiders?
Yeah. It literally just said web of. Didn't even say Spider-Man, and it still got dinged. There's a huge Massey Ferguson tractor collection is getting sold at auction over in Britain. 500 or 800 items. So if you were into Massey Ferguson,
toys or the real tractors?
I believe from what I read, it was the toys. So if you're into that, a bunch of items are setting records at auction. I read an article about this, but a couple of these actually did surprise me. An Orange Crush neon sign from the 1950s sold for $189,750.
Well, it's got to be one of a kind that survived. I mean, if it survived,
right,
75 years and it didn't get damaged. I mean, most neon signs get damaged in 2 years.
And the other one that kind of caught my eyes was a 1908 Harley Davidson, fetched $935,000.
Wow.
So there are still some things getting pretty good money out there. Definitely are.
Rarities, one of a kind.
Now, I've not found anything on this, but I did watch Pure Hustle podcast, and Orlando was talking about this last week. How eBay is talking about how they're going to be using AI more in the future. And one of the things that he said that he had read, that again, I did not read this and I didn't find anything, but that eBay wants to be using AI to help us meet our financial goals. And my first thought was, that's kind of scary, depending upon what parameters you put in. Because let's say that I told AI, I want to sell $1,000 worth of stuff a day.
Yeah.
It can do that for me.
Oof.
It can do that for me very easily.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a $400 piece of art. $50. Oh, look, he's on his way.
Yeah.
So, and it'll be very, very interesting to see what they meant by that and what the parameters are, because I certainly wouldn't want to put in something like that. Yeah. Wow, I made my $1,000 and I sold 4,000 items. Who knows? It's kind of interesting. Oh, Barbara Walters' art collection is going to auction, Mr. Magazine.
Wow.
I know you're pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
And then a California man is set to sell a 60-year James Bond memorabilia collection at auction. Thinks it's going to go for $1 million.
Oh, cool.
So a lot of James Bond stuff. And then I read an article out there. They were talking, apparently collectible watches are tanking in value right now.
Yeah.
The article title was, "The collectible watch market knows the falling price of everything and the value of nothing." So kind of interesting.
Do you think they'll ever have an Austin Powers $1 million collection?
$1 million. Probably, right?
I would think so. 2,000 years in the future.
High-end brands like Gucci are having tougher times. And my heart really bleeds on that.
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of it is the Chinese market isn't buying, but it also, when I was reading about how Gucci and the other high-end brands are having problems, my first thought was, wait, that's who eBay wants to sell to, is the high-end buyers.
Yeah.
And the problem with selling to the high-end buyers is if they suddenly stop spending money, if you are trying to sell to millions of individuals, those millions of individuals can still spend their $10, $20, $50.
Yeah.
If you're trying to sell to a very select group of people, they may not be spending the thousands of dollars anymore, the tens of thousands of dollars anymore. It's a very risky proposition on their part. I found this very, very interesting, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
Half of vinyl buyers do not own a record player.
I can believe that.
And the Taylor Swift album Midnights sold nearly 1 million copies. And Travis Scott album Utopia, it sold more units than any rap album since 1991, when they started keeping track of the genre. So the most popular rap album ever is Travis Scott Utopia.
Wow.
And last year was the first year that more vinyl was sold new than CDs.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What percentage do you think of comic buyers actually read the comics? That's probably less than 50%.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. $200 belt buckle. Wow. Nice. Nice. eBay thinks AI will clean all the crappy descriptions and ruin it for the rest of us by taking total control. See, and that's where that's kind of what I was thinking there on that too. And the other scary thing about that, Mr. Hot Wheels, is if you read through, you're responsible for your listing. So even if you use AI and AI says whatever, you have to proofread it, because if it says something wrong, you're responsible for your listing. Well, if all of a sudden they start changing and tinkering with your listing, I've got 22,000 listings. I can't possibly be on top of all 22, especially if I don't know what they change. It's not like every day I can look at all 22,000 items.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question. Is it possible that, and I don't know if this is in their plan, say I have 200,000 listings, but I only want 50,000 of them messed with the AI?
Is there a way you can opt in or out?
Right. You like check them, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's something I would do, because stuff that's old that I don't care about, or bad pictures, whatever, have them fix those. And the ones I want to get more money and just sell them my way, I can do it my way.
Oh, Elmer's Toy and Auto Museum closed. He passed away a couple of years ago, and he told his kids, don't run this just to run it. So the kids have decided they want to auction off the toys. And this guy actually wrote price guides and everything.
Oh, wow.
25,000 toys are going to be coming to market. Yeah, it's going to be a flood of that.
At $40 a piece, that's $1 million right there.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was.
And I think there are a lot
yeah.
more than that. Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause he had a lot of vintage toys, well over 1,000 comics read. Yeah,
What
you know
if he had
something,
any
you're probably
Elmer's
right.
glue? You think he had like old Elmer's glues?
I think that was his backup collection.
Cool.
I've noticed, and I wonder if anybody else out there has noticed this. Now, I've not noticed it on you, Mr. Magazine, but I've noticed it on me. More eBay non-payers. And I think one of the reasons I did have a non-payer. Now, usually I get about 1 out of every 100 items are non-pay.
Okay.
I have gotten out of about the last 50, I've had 5 non-payers. But one person emailed me after I closed the case, put the case in against them and closed it out. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I won a lot of stuff on eBay and I thought it was set up that my credit card would just automatically pay for stuff. So
sometimes it does though. Yeah.
And that was my thought, is some people are just figuring everything is just getting paid for automatically like it does on other sites.
Right.
And so they don't bother clicking through because they don't realize that they have to. And on some items they do have to, some items they don't have to.
Yeah. Crazy.
And I think it's really a muddled shopping experience for people over there. Who cares how the descriptions are written when nobody actually reads them? The tree falls in the forest, it doesn't make a sound. That is true.
You know where the toy auction's at?
I believe it's going to be online. Check Elmer's Toy and Auto Museum. Look that up, and you'll be able, because that's what I found it under. So they'll talk about their so Elmer's Toy and Auto Museum.
So when you had 16 sales this last week, you really had 14 because 10% aren't paying for them.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So I bid over on Heritage Auctions, as you're aware, Mr. Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
More no pay, successful to accept an offer. Yep.
I'm getting more international just because of the combining issue. But
you probably, I think you used to go to school with Smiley Burnett.
Was it Carol's brother?
Exactly. Smiley Burnett, number 1, is up for auction right now at Heritage. I shouldn't have said that. Now everybody's rushing over there and bidding me up. Thank you. VF condition. The last one sold in 2005.
Wow.
In VF condition on Heritage.
Okay.
You can look up what the value was at the time because it's a static listing and it'll tell you.
Comic.
Yeah, Smiley Burnett 1944 or something, 1952 or whatever Smiley Burnett was around. In VF condition in 2005, it was worth $281. Okay.
Yep.
Now, 18 years later, in VF, it's worth $154. It's lost almost half of its value.
For what reason? Just no demand.
No demand. No demand for Smiley Burnett. No demand at all.
Wow.
Lonely people who want to chat but never buy. If I get 2 messages, I know I'm not going to pull the trigger. There you go. Yeah, Smiley Burnett. Oh, we're at happy hour now, Eric. We're at happy hour.
That's right,
I've let it down. See, Guide Guru knows. He knows. Yes, that's it.
Jeez.
Yes. And I'm going to smoke cigarettes with a cigarette holder too from now on. Blake Martinez, remember him? Blake's Breaks.
Oh yes.
He's trying out for the NFL.
NFL Pokemon guy.
Now he's going back to the NFL.
He got in trouble in the Pokemon world with breaks, cheating. Back to NFL.
Now he's trying out for the NFL again.
Oh, quarterback of the Jets now.
Wow. Wow. Hey, they won last week. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a comic that I think is worth getting graded. However, I know very little about grading and whether it's worth the cost. Send a picture over and I'll forward it to Mr. Magazine. And he'll take a quick look at it and give you his thoughts.
The good news is turnaround time is very fast. I got mine back in a month.
Nice.
Do you know what they do if you have a sticker on your comic? I never sent one in with a sticker before, and I did this time.
Do they call it altered?
It's got the green backing.
Oh, yeah.
Is it altered or missing?
Or restored?
Yeah, because with missing pages, I think it's green too, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And finally, before we head on into the main topic today, it's a week and a half away, but you definitely want to come on by on Veterans Day. It's a Saturday. Currently, I have an 11 o'clock military train over on Whatnot, and I have a 1 o'clock ephemerama train. I'm going to get signed up for the Junk Journal train. I told them I'd like to do 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock on Saturday. And hopefully they give me one of those times. And then what I want to do is I want to take the other time and do my own auction. So I want to be doing an auction at 9, 11, 1, and 3 over on Whatnot that day. Just why not? Just go crazy. Go crazy with the trains over there. Yeah. Had someone ask me to take a picture of just the relative in the yearbook to make sure it was him. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. Okay.
All right, Mr. Magazine, are you ready for the main topic?
I can't wait.
Be concerned with what you can control in reselling. Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
I agree with that.
Hit the like button.
Well, again, if you take Mr. Magazine 20 years ago, and there's eBay issues, I'd get very frustrated. I'd want to break things and yell at eBay. And I only do that now with Amazon when they can't understand me. But for the most part, it doesn't pay to argue with them. Like I said, when we were listing those Playboy cards, that there's 10,000 of them on there, their rules changed 3 times. You talk to 3 different people. One person said, just upper body. One person said everything. Next person said you can't do any of it unless it's Marilyn Monroe or Betty Page. So again, it's very frustrating, but my employees get mad. This isn't right. I go, you can't do anything about it. It's not worth arguing with them. Take it on the chin and move on and list what you can list what you can control, and go with what you're good at and just keep going with your niche.
Nice. I came at that statement from a little different approach, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
Something out of Minecraft. Nice. With eBay, I'll just use eBay or anything as a matter of fact. Oh, that's a good comic. Yep.
Yeah. Hard to get high grades. So you got to make sure it's near mint.
You can control the input. You can't control the output, which means I can list 1,000 items on eBay. I can't make anybody buy them. I cannot guarantee that my listing those 1,000 items is actually going to work out. However, if I put my heart and my soul into it and I do the best that I can, and I do my research to know that I'm not listing junk. I'm not listing individual pages from a 2010 People magazine. Yeah, you're not going to sell those, period, end of story. But if I do my research, my due diligence, I go out and I source good items and I do my research, I list them well, I can control all of that. I can control what I list on there. I cannot control what eBay does with the listings or any venue. I cannot control whether people buy them or not, but I can't get upset over that because that is out of my control. All that I can do is do the best that I can every day. And if it's good, it's good enough. And if it's not, it's not. And if I have to walk away from eBay to do something else, I gave my all. And that's really all that, but my all wasn't good enough. Isn't that a song? Yeah. But that's all you can really hope for at the end of the day. So yes, times are tough right now on eBay for many of us. I can't really, am I happy about that? No, I'm not saying you get gleeful. Yes, I didn't sell anything today. You don't get gleeful about it, but you can't get upset about it. As long as I'm doing the best that I can on my end and you're doing the best you can on your end, that's all anybody can ask out of us.
Well, and worry about yourself. Don't worry about, I used to worry about other competitors and stuff and how they got this and who they bought this from. It's out of my control. So I don't even care anymore. Like even looking them up, I don't even look up their eBay sales anymore because I could care less as long as I'm worried about mine and getting mine up and make sure mine sell and my customers are happy. And that's all that matters, really.
Send it over to hello@papergoy.com. Hello@papergoy.com. Oh, there we go. Hello@papergoy.com. But yeah, that's what it comes down. You can't make people buy your things. You can't make traffic come to the site. You can't do any of that. Now, obviously do your due diligence and eBay is a site that, now if you sit there and you throw everything you possibly have into some little site that nobody ever visits, well, some of that's on you. You have to do some level of research to figure out that, this is right. Or if you're sitting there and you're listing something, I'm trying to list People magazine on Discogs, that may not work. That's not what the site's known for. So as long as you use your common sense about things, as long as you do your best, you can control the input. You cannot control the output. And I kind of like that. You say hi to Gravity Goods.
Yeah, Gravity Goods. How's it going?
But yeah, so do everything you can. Buy smart, list smart. Try to learn things. Try to fix things. Try to stay on top of things. But as long as you are doing that, ultimately at the end of the day, you can't do any more than that.
That's it.
Obviously, if you're sitting there and you're noticing that eBay sales or any site sales are tanking, maybe investigate other sites. Maybe say, hey, what's going on? Why aren't my items selling? Oh, here I am trying to sell these, and these are, gee, maybe buying those 50,000 fidget spinners wasn't the best idea because those are no longer popular. So obviously if it's some error like that, or you just bought a ton of rookie cards of a guy and then you find out he broke his leg, there's some level of that as well. But as long as you're doing your due diligence on stuff, you can control the input. You cannot control the output. And I want you all to remember that. And I definitely am sitting back and remembering that now when sales are low. It gets me through the day. It really does. Because what can I do about it? I've got a lot of items up there, and I'm just going to keep listing good items.
If you didn't have the day job, you may make a different change, put them on sale, do something, offer or whatever, Yeah, you got options.
Right. Yep. So you can control the input. You cannot control the output. I'm going to keep saying that until somebody out there puts on a t-shirt and sends it to me.
Or sues you for stealing it from them.
Well, yeah, that's always that possibility too. Copyright $1 Million Peddlers 2023. This comic scares me. Yeah, I've listed some stuff over there, but I think I call everything good. I figure if it's worse than good, I'm not buying it in the first place. So that's the way I look at it. And nobody tends to complain if they get a VG when they ordered a good.
Right.
So, all right, Mr. Magazine. Listed a grade lower than I think it to be safe.
Exactly. We do that on everything on Amazon, actually.
Well, one of the reasons why I like to do that, even on eBay with magazines and things like that, is, as we've said any number of times in videos, things tend not to increase in grade as time goes on. And the longer you keep it in a box that you shuffle in and out of, it doesn't tend to get in better grade. In fact, you had that problem just the other day. Why don't you tell them about that real quick?
Well, 10 years ago, these items might have been near mint or like new, and over time from one warehouse to the next, and, digging through the boxes, stuff does happen, and 10 years later, the cover was off.
Yes, it was.
Didn't have a replacement. I said, well, you know what? If I email them, they don't respond back.
No, it was on Amazon, right?
Yeah, they're going to think I didn't send it. I'm going to tape it up, make it as nice as I can, presentable as I can, send it with a letter. We have a letter with all kinds of, if there's a
options.
So did that, and half the time they accepted, other times maybe partial refund, but at least we got them something, and not like they think, oh, you tried selling something you don't have, you're trying to stiff me and cheat me. So we always send them something just to play it safe.
Yep. All right, Mr. Magazine, it's time for the rambling story. There you go, Mr. Hot Wheels knows what he wants.
So a couple weeks ago, I'm going to Taco Bell after my kid's game. My wife, my 14-year-old son was in the back seat. He's always on his phone on Instagram and so forth. And long line. We're in the line, 10, 15 minutes. And as we pull up, we're like close to the speaker.
Okay.
And they always want you to, they always say, hey, what can I get for you? Whatever. And, I could scream and do it instead of waiting. So I screamed the order, and that was it. I didn't say thank you. And my son blasted me for it. He goes, you're supposed to say thank you. I go, I could, that'd be nice of me. But one, I'd have to scream it. I'm not up equal to the speaker.
Thank you. But I'm rich. I'm from the Kellogg family.
Yes. But also, they're selling me the product. I'm the buyer. So usually, I could say thank you, but it's not, in my opinion, it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory if I don't. And I didn't get my product yet. So, maybe like 9 out of 10 times they're missing the sauces or whatever, or the order screwed up at the time. So,
at Taco Bell,
right.
Yes.
So I didn't think anything of it. And he's blasting me. And I said, what are you talking about? He goes, well, there's this YouTuber. He says you got to thank them every time you go through a drive-thru. I go, who is this guy? I don't know this guy. I never heard of him before in my life. My son was really mad. He said something to them, a mean person and rude. I go, no, it's their job. They didn't say thank you to me. They're supposed to say thank you to me, so I come back for more. They want my business. I go, and I gave him an example. I go, I own a laundromat. People come in and do laundry. They don't come in, put $8 in a washing machine, and then thank me for using the washer. To me, that's the same thing, and it's never been done. No one's ever thanked me. They may say, thank you, it looks nice, you keep it up, clean and stuff like that, or, you maintain it well. But for using the product itself, no one's thanked me like that. So I tried to explain it to my son. He doesn't get it. So now when I'm with him, I might say thank you or something if I feel it's necessary. But again, I'm not trying to be a jerk. Yeah, it's nice to say thank you, but it's not my part to say it. It's the other person's part on the other end selling the product. Am I wrong with that?
No, you're not wrong, but the other side of it is it's good that your son feels that way.
True.
As far as that's a good trait if he follows through.
And I said, well, when's the last time you thanked me for anything? So, again. So now every time my son wants something, I go, you know what? You want this toy or whatever, this thing, we'll drive up to Taco Bell, and that person that you sided with, you can ask them for you.
Nice.
Right? The proper parenting 101.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Nice.
But I do say thank you most of the time, and I think the main reason was I was far away from the speaker. I'd have to scream it, and sometimes when there's lines, they're backed up, and they may not be on the phone. So it was a whole big thing that got blown out of proportion.
I guess my other side of that is if you are screaming it, it might almost sound sarcastic.
Right.
In other words,
true too.
In other words, if you're sitting there going, and I'll have this and this, thank you. That's one thing.
Yeah.
I'll have this, thank you. It could come across as sarcastic. No, I'm certain they don't even notice it one way or the other.
Right. And again, I didn't get mad at them for not saying thank you. And again, maybe they didn't want to do it because they'd have to scream it too. I don't know. It's just a weird situation, but we took care of it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Back to Demento.
For keeping the doors open in clean space. So I guess I'm just weird. There you go. There you go. So difficult in work service, and just always grateful to those folks. Well, and part of that too is I don't want them to spit in my food, so I always say thank you. Thank you for not spitting in my food, sir.
That is very true. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Of course, they don't do that. That would not be sanitary. Do hit the like button if you could, if you haven't already. Next Monday is a haul video going up, and I think it's Allentown or it might be Springfield. One of those two haul videos is coming on up. It's going to be a fun little video. So do check that out. Definitely. I know a lot of people do like the haul videos. This just took a while to get up. Do stop by Whatnot Tuesday and Thursday. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact, is a nice book auction. I know I've got a couple of Metallica song books up tomorrow, along with some other great things, 4 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to see if I can't maybe do 17. You want to do your first magazine auction on Veterans Day too? We can try to do 17 magazines and or 17 the 11th. I can do like 17 auctions that day. It'll be like Fonzie in the dance-a-thon at the end. Yeah. I think I'm loopy to start with. All right, everybody, hit the like button.
Thank you for inviting me to that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, hit the like button if you could, and we'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.